Hi everyone. Hi. Nobody, technically, but I'm Central. Welcome back to FF14. My words sent no word of your coming, Syndrel. What has happened? What is that in your hand? Brittle parchment. Discovered on the body of a slain heretic. This yellowing document is covered in a complex code of seemingly random letters and numbers. Woo! Mace is here. At least somebody is here. Can always count on you, buddy. By the Fury. Those were veterans with years of service. Well, they were cut down. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not them in despair. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. Heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others. I'll wager they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. Fear? I like that one, but that's Tracer. Even though I haven't played Overwatch 2 weeks and then stopped playing Overwatch. The Fear interests me because I like use that for Starlight. Seems the trader you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The trader was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. So I need to get out there now. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it'll be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. Yeah, it's like, oh, you change it, but oh, nothing's going to matter now. House Dundare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Oh, don't worry, I'll go smack down the Stone Vigil again some... The Path of the Righteous. Time is of the essence, Syndrel. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies as Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they're cut down or their swords are drawn. But all is not lost. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may be time to warn them. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we've discovered. Got it. There's Alphina. Watch out! Syndrel, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... Stop! You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected that heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levier been informed? Braves must be made aware, of course. Alphanon. It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? Today, everything Final Fantasy seemed to have maintenance at the same time. Wanted to play Brave Exvius, maintenance. Mobius, maintenance. 14, maintenance. Oh, last night, 14 had maintenance. I was like, oh. I'm going to play... Well, I'm playing Elite Dangerous, so it's okay. And then Elite Dangerous goes into maintenance. Like, almost everything went into maintenance at the same time, it felt like. Except WoW. WoW did theirs like 6 hours later. Because my friend Doc has been trying the WoW Classic. And their maintenance was early this morning instead of like last night. It was just maintenance time for everybody. 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Blizz knew and was clever, I could see that. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Sucks to be them, I'm here now. Oh. Confound it! This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice, thanks, Ida. Wrecked them. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. Yeah, that... Don't worry. Don't worry, Alphanon. Mine gets hurt a lot. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Why'd they say the girl, though? Commander Levere. Hey, Papanella. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we've secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy break at the surface. That's not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Ah-ha-ha! There we go. Aha! Just as I suspected. Among this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphinaud. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Ah, small tunnel. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. True. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. So what you need is an elite unit. Change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you're prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalema will sulk. Got it. It's just tunnel, sir. It's just over there. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we never would have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Be aware that even if you should encounter resistance, we cannot leave our post. Of course not. Snowcloak now accessible. Don't gather too many, or Papalema will suck. So basically, take a small group. Got that. To Snowcloak. Okay, so a dungeon. We haven't had a dungeon like this in a while. Just a 4-person dungeon. Formed in the aftermath of the calamity, the Great Ice Wall has long been thought an impenetrable barrier between central and western Kothos. In truth, however, the wall is riddled with hidden tunnels, which Iceheart and her followers have used as a base of operations. You have been tasked with exploring one such tunnel in the hopes that they will lead you to the heretic's leader. Yet what dangers await are anyone's guess. Light party. Two Dragoons! Someone's gonna tell me this tank might still pull everything, you know, multiple groups, because that's what tanks do, and this is not the party to do that with. Antelope Shank, nice. Don't know if I have a current, Oh wow, even asked. Love that it's always so fast with you. Oh yeah, having the healer, finding the group becomes becomes easy. Drops a tiny key. Tiny key. Okay. A samurai in a strange land. Recast region. Oh, so I read the patch notes, and a little bit of they changed just a few things, but the few classes that they changed all got a buff or stuff works differently, and it's kind of interesting. The Arcanist works a little differently now. Do it, let's go! The two other classes, Rogue Ninja, got some of their moves got a buff. And whoa. Yeah, get Medica on. What is this? Frozen. Oh, well, I can't get rid of that, so how does that work? Oh, now I see it. Why didn't I see the marks before? Ah, he's almost dead. Dead. Cool. Fleece, not for me. I'll pass. Collectors have been... I don't know what that is, so I guess I'll greet it. I got it. I'll find out what that is later. Yeah, people wrote need on that. Can need it. That's cool. Damage over time in the when the wind's blowing, so that's interesting. Ah, getting interrupted is lame. Ooh, that was a little closer than I wanted it to be. And I currently don't have lucid dreaming, which is lame. Afternoon! Hi, Sky Dreamer. Spriggan Ice Cutter. Snowballs? It's kind of weird, if you ask me. That's bad because there's nothing I can do about that one. whatever that was supposed to be. Oh, you knocked the snowballs into him. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty nifty. Make a snowman, maybe it'd fight for you. Oh, see, that would be really cool. So he's hitting the snowball to... You hit the snowballs to hit him. That's really cool. That's that. Neat. Hero's Bracelet of Healing. I don't need it. So... Star Anise. Spice. Oh, man. I could maybe use the spice. Regen. Emery. I don't think I need that, so I'll pass on that. And I'll... Of healing. Too bad I have better stuff. I'm gonna pass on the other stuff. People can have them, because I actually got something. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, you got it. Cool. I don't know if that's tradable. I might need that to cook with. Later. My cooking's not high enough. That was a lot of arrows. There we go. This music, the music fits the place very well. Ice, kind of a lighter piece. So it's very atmospheric. But I'm not going to lie, it's making me want to go back to sleep. The music is good, but too chill for all the fighting going on. Yeah. Like I said, it definitely fits the place, so that's why I'm not. Huh, that one was a more interesting fight, that's for sure. Aren't you fancy looking? Oblivion. Mapping the realm Snowcloak. Boss ball. Oh, it's Fenrir. Of course it would be. Why wouldn't it be? That 1,000-year storm. Interesting. This one's free, so I'm going to use it. Nope. I'm gonna wait on Lucid Dreaming because I actually get MP back at a pretty good rate. That's a lie! I was out of that. Boy, I cannot be hit by that. That's all that... Son of a... Hide behind the crystal, got it. Region everybody. Heaven's Ward Howl. Ah, Heaven's Ward. First set of crystals after the first one's left behind is fake. Oh, that's good to know. Second set's where you hide. Slow run. Petrified log, not mine, I'll pass. And hero's deck list of crafting, I'll pass. I need to obtain, why? If I was the one that won. No, I don't have enough for that. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Hey, player competition!
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
I do?
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
Good job earning your name? Question mark. Let's go!
This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. you would see it continue, O noble warrior of light.
No, I'm gonna fix it.
I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
Yeah, I'm gonna put an end to it too, sadly.
In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
Sure.
For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
How do you know? Being real about Verheidland, then I'm in. Something tells me you're not. Oh, bye. Let's see. Wife sent me one. That is spoilers, but there's a spoiler game. Hi, Alphana. So what's this say guy? Oh, it's untradeable. Gosh darn it. That took longer than I expected. What news, Sidrel? She teleported out, so she's cheating like every other bad guy so far. So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall, and wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Syndrel. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Orange have been busy pursuing the archives of House Fortums, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. For the greater good. Though not given to small talk, Alphinaud could think of no better way to pass the time until Minfilia arrives. Oh, hey, she's got a coat. That's awesome. I was like, man, I hope she's not gonna trudge up here in her armor. Or her normal clothes. Because that would be super cold. You see, Alphinaud, it's called thicker clothes. Exactly, Maze, exactly. See, she knew to throw on the coat. And I'm in white mage outfit, which is big fluffy coat anyway, so. You know, big fluffy robe. Would that it had. Aranje and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Kazushivas life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortins. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this one case, one wonders if it's by circumstance or design. Design. Took a moment to plead her case. She did. Talk about this was for the greater good. Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with her methods. I think we all should. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. Well, he cares about his men, if nothing else. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. Me too. Like, usually somebody in his position is just super zealous and go after the enemy no matter what. I don't care how many people die for the glory of insert your deity here. After all, was it not by the will of Halion that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will? Renunciation? That unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life of service to the Fury. See? Those people is usually who are in charge. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak of the Knights of Erd. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and the scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. And is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See, right? He seems more thinking things through. Again, not all the zeal. A welcoming trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe the Iceheart plan could succeed? Truth be told, I too am somewhat skeptical. How are you skeptical? I'm not. We've seen a figment of imagination Moogle be summoned. Anything is possible. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there could be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being Good King Moggle Mog XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Muggles Guard. Exactly! Like I was saying. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They're a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that's not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? And that's exactly what they're doing. crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. And that's all you need to summon. Oh, now getting his reports. Can that truly be all that is required? I mean, so far, yes. My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe she teleported to another aetheryte, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume that she had destroyed it to prevent us from following her. That stinks. Without this means to transport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route. Most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let's not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Shalayan may be able to help us. Shalayan. I pray that you're right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. While Minfilia looks into our aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we, and the land is vast. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. Sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. And, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Alright. Good. I knew you would understand. Yuhas can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come find me at the observatorium. Captain Illibert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in the investigation. Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. There you are, Syndrome. Commander Leveler instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the third hail from Ulda, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. Completely different climate. But to the matter at hand. Received word heretics we seek are spotted making for Daphne Pass. Okay? I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. You're still going on. We were in there for a while. It must be like a really big one. Like a 60-minute one or something. Or just respawn. By the time we ran it, also possible. By the time we saw it last. I ran the dungeon is what I meant. Oh. Hey. Yeah. Those balls, my ankle's on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted as I fell. The others went ahead through Daphne Pass. Hurry, they might catch up. Aren't sure where to go? Look for tracks. Snow was fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. I bet you not earned as much coin as I destroyed today. Oh, they went all the way down there. Hmm. Where are they? Okay, first prints. Tracks lead southeast. Scion, what are you doing here? Heretics? I'm not sure. There's a great scaled beast in Yuhase? I think he went east on his own. Heretics split up, so we did too. Oh, gotta help out. Don't be a caster, you're lame. Also stunning me is lame. Holy crap! What'd you do that for? Embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. Thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. But you're fine. Oh, then everything's okay. Withdrawn groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be waiting. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? Can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. Thank you, at least you're honest about it. I'll need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Let me rephrase that. You. Hey. What you talking about? I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Well, stay with him then if you think you'll fare any better. You won't. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I done no wrong. Spare me. Man, you're so screwed right now. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Aw, man. Aw, damn it all. Yep. Fancy meeting you here, Sidril. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who was conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. Beggar's belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Ah, what a tangled web we weave indeed. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yagiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Yay, shinobi? Hey, correct. Ninjas, this is perfect. Master Alphanod is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. But you can do a lot to help us help us search for a spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. Indeed. If you will allow it, I will accompany you until the investigation is complete. Please do! That is a most generous offer, Lady Yagiri, and one I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far and shall always be watching. Ninja. A comforting thought. Come, Sidril, let's wait aside for Captain Illibert to return and deliver his report. To the merchant, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Although that's technically not the best way to do an interrogation, interestingly enough. Captain Illibert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. Gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. I agree with that. Tendrils of intrigue. Oh, hey, it's the leaders. Haddock dip. Captain? Your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us not what we did not already know of Shiva. We have handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Okay. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel of which the heretics acquired their information on the shipping routes. Go on. You recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ? From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Flame, fearing the investigation to be compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. Man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs do not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments. Needless to say, that including those originating from House Fortemps, to hinder us. Knew the precise route of the caravan would take, and sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abating the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to the highest-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flame's establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised. Though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Old Uz was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people. Loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so with the Flames. Old Uz military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even if he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, yes. Sorry. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, 'twas not out of charity they did so, simple self-preservation. Had Neil Van Darnus's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present, even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray, continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abaters. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It's time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Central, as the realm's stoutest champion. 'Tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. All right. I mean, I should be there regardless. I said as the foremost champion of the realm. Like me, doubtless eager. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. We give some thought to the realm's other problems. Go ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Nofika's altar, make our way to the Lotus Stand, which seems to be the place to meet. Thanks for coming, Central. When you're ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. Show us the Lotus Stand. I've been there a lot. Was here even more, being the Conjurer's Guild. Yep. The Alliance leaders. What do they have to say?
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
Ah, somebody may have taken charge.
The rumors are true then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Oh, well. Time for Red Light Part 2.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis. Yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
You look fancy. Oh, wow.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Yeah, that'd have been nice. Wow, that was the most rude, whoever you are.
Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Oh, look at his helmet. Ain't he fancy? Yeah, doesn't he look like a warlord?
Yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
This fancy cloak and armor.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Looks that way. Oh, with the fancy cape twirl, of course.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if.
When?
They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cardinal dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
They don't want to stand as one. They refuse.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack.
True.
Who knows? They may even do something about it.
Right? Wouldn't that be great?
If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time.
They just need to be hit.
At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming.
Yeah, that's true.
So So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
True. Oh, can't wait to fight you, buddy. So near it being one purpose, right there, stations the contrary. Plainly, the threat of resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. Yeah, sadly, still their own places. Like all I need is Ishgard to be hit, like the Empire to attack them. And that may stir them away. Deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Lomenses, for instance. Though Admiral Merweb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. Likewise, Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Olduns scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Yeah, exactly. I mean, take that pillar of Olden society, Teje Adeleche, for example. But that is besides the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. Sadly, that is the most true. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we send them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let's speak more of a pressing matter. The Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Illibird has further shortened his list of suspects. And by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Gridania. Hunt nears its end, Sindral. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Illibird near the Adder's Nest. He'll give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Cotharis, you may be sure I will send word without delay. In the meantime, wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Judgment, bolts, and light. Thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commanders informed you, but we've unmasked the Ivy. Chasing Ivy. Triple cream coffee. Ever's convinced that he's discovered the Ivy's identity as preparing to move against the Garlean spy. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Elaine Raleigh? Robon's second in command. Oh man, that stinks. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with the polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest-ranking foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Rabban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise much as a murmur or protest when Raleigh was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? Good job getting out of sight. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Foremost interest is Raleigh's presence here now. She may be aware it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Rabban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. So why is she here? That woman has no business being in Gridania. Yet she is here nonetheless, on some pretense. She's up to something. Mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Raleigh's guilt. But if we catch her red-handed, we'll have all the proof we need. Which brings me back to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eye, Scion? I'm not the best person for this, but I can do it. I'm no ninja. Let's go then. Take care not to alert our quarry. She's traveling the world, expanding her culture. Duh, yeah, that's totally what she's doing. She's on a sightseeing tour. Blue Badger Gate. Alright. Eorzean Ninja Warrior. Caroline Canopy. Meeting someone? Board an airship? Okay. Syndrome Dragon Soul. What an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? Social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me give you... a social visit. I like all the code words and stuff. Not here. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you're sure she didn't board an airship? And didn't come back either. Where in the seven hells is she gone? The roost! How could I forget? Ralgar struck me down for a fool. I'll search the premises. While I do that, I need you to speak with the men I posted at the 3 main gates and the pier. Find out whether there's been any suspicious activity. Meet me at the Aetherite Plaza. See anything? Nothing to report at this gate, sir. No one resembling the suspect has been here, sir. Okay, not there. No, sir. Suspect didn't come this way. Given how little traffic passes through this gate, I would have noticed if she tried to slip by. Yeah, this gate's not used as much. The old Gridania. Where's the nearest one? Lancer's Guild. There may be one close here. Start here. Yep, one here. Haven't seen her. Okay. And you? No, sir. Few Elysian women did leave on the last ferry, but none of them matched the suspect's description. The heck did she go? Nothing. No. Damn it all, I turned the roost upside down, but Aurelia was nowhere to be found. Innkeeper told me she had availed herself of a room, but no one saw her leave. She's done some manner of disguise. She hid in a box and someone carried her away. Maybe. Maybe. Some manner of disguise. Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntai tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor. You take my meaning. Perhaps some other time, friend. Wait. That necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. A nice. You didn't even notice. Like, oh, he's just a merchant. It's like, oh, that was random. Shinobi, master of disguise ninja. What ninjas do. Woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. Attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured we'll continue to support you from the shadows. Thank you much. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Raleigh would have disappeared without a trace. It's nice to have ninjas on our side. For once. I need the game to catch up. I turned that one in. There we go. Domain Plum. Take the ferry from the West Shore Pier. Okay. I don't take the boat too much. Back to the Lancers Guild. Sweet Bloom Pier. Yep. Oh. Jiggity. Nice. Quarry makes for the Hawthorne hut. Very good, we must make haste. A moment, Captain. There's another matter which requires your attention, and most urgently, I fear. What is it? A short while ago, an Imperial squadron was observed departing Castrum Orans. They march at speed for the South Shroud. What? So they decided to take action. Indeed, they seek to destroy the jamming device. An explanation is in order. You may be aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garlon Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we've installed them around the city-states. In doing so, we made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Super smart. Of course, we did not expect the Garleans to remain silent. They wished to communicate, they would have to find a way. Covert correspondence or secret meetings. Needless to say, we hoped they would risk the latter. Really has not disappointed us. Well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Donnellan without being recognized. Only be a matter of time before someone saw her through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, she's chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elysian are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. However, were the jamming device be rendered inoperative, Raleigh would no longer need to meet her masters in person, and their planned rendezvous would almost certainly be called off. And we cannot have that. It would deprive us of the opportunity to secure damning evidence against her, which is the very least we need if we're to convince someone of her standing. All rest upon the continued operation of the jamming device. It must needs be protected. If you could attend to this task, my shinobi and I will continue to observe Raleigh. You do that. Son, have you interrupted Garleans while my men move to cut off the retreat? None must escape. Several of my countrymen have already taken up positions in the South Shroud. Seek out the shinobi at Quarry Mill, and he will apprise you of the situation. Right, I'm going to Quarry Mill. I was like, that's Hawthorne Hut. No one escapes. This is too important. Find Shinobi. Or be alone. Oh, I can be mounted here. Snubby. Meet again, my friend. I have no Moontai tonic to offer this time, I'm afraid. As I believe you know, Imperial forces are in the South Shroud on a mission to destroy the jamming device. We must see to it they do not succeed. Yeah, it's important. That's what I'm here. Crystal Braves will cut off the retreat? Very well. My countrymen and I shall attend to the soldiers. Their infernal machines, we leave in your capable hands. Fair enough. Presence the Guardians are in the vicinity of Adapor Keep, which I need to do, by the way, on hard. Nice to know a ninja can joke a bit. Yeah. Death claws. Oh, well, I think I got the job done. You're ninja. You have been captured. You got off lucky-ish. Most impressive showing, my friend. As you can see, we too have not been idle. The Ivy will receive no warning of our coming. Ninja! Plum. Good job, Naruto. They're way better than Naruto. I don't care how powerful Naruto is. Let's see. In flagrante delicto? Delicto? The shinobi seems eager to send you on your way. Now that the jamming device is no longer at risk, you may safely return to your hunt. Rejoin Lady Yugiri. She awaits you at the Hawthorne Hut. I shall remain here and have a few words with this sorry lot. Nothing serious, I assure you. Just a spot of small talk. Nah! Well, sucks to be all. Maybe I was wrong about the, You got off easy-ish. Stupidly so. Naruto's stupidly powerful. I don't know how he is in the Boruto series. To be honest, I haven't seen any of it, but I know he gets stupid strong for what I've seen in games and just bits of media here and there. Given to understand the mission was a success. You got it. Not a single Imperial soldier made it to our position. Thorough work as always, Scion. By way of reward, we can now turn our attention to Raleigh once more. What news, Lady Yugiri? My people report she has departed for the Bramble Patch. So she means to go ahead with the meeting. Excellent. It's time to close the net around her. My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Just beyond, Raleigh is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me. Let's do it. Flame Marshal Aline Raleigh, you're under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. No! Nice. Damnation. You are surrounded. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely guard for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. Yeah, she's gonna try to play it off. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. She's looking for a way out. I offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. How about a TV character who's like as OP and ridiculous? Sort of like Hildebrand. That'd be cool. Even a warrior of Aeolia's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Olda will have the grand company they deserve. Let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Sindral? Well, I'm probably going to have to go back to Snowcloak. so the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray, do not let me keep you. Fear not. My countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. Speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe. So please, give it some thought. Till the next time, my friend. I have given thought to that. I've never been much of a rogue person, but ninja, I think, could be fun. The upgrade. I like what I've seen from ninja. It looks to be a really fun class. And they just got a slight buff, which is great. Several of their moves got a slack attack potency buff. Welcome back, Syndrome. I understand that Alphanon had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Think we got the Ivy. Charges of treason and espionage against Elaine Raleigh? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? I doubt it. No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Good. Excellent. A simple plan. Amphilia has never been one to hesitate when it comes to asking others for aid. Bacon broth. Careful desynthesis +1. Reduced durability loss. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Fortem's caravan. Heretics believe that they are about to bring the second coming of their patron saint. But if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Just checked. At least 3 of the 4 buff ninja skills I already have, and I feel the difference. When I played before, Rogue did feel rather weak. Yeah, several moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of the moves got damage potency, or the combo potency of them was raised a good bit from 20 to 50. Theirs was a bit more pronounced. Samurai, some of their moves also got combat potency and potency buffs. But they were more in the range from 10 to 30. So I was thinking of them. Yeah, the ninja skills got quite a jump, which is nice. That made me really happy to see. Instead of like nerfing things, because that's always what MMOs do, here I see buffs, which that's very pleasant to see. I'm used to the Blizzard way of MMOs doing things. which sadly a lot of MMOs take that route. Gotta stop them. She destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. Lacked the expertise to develop a solution. That stinks. Called upon the aid of one who does possess expertise. Colleague of ours who is currently en route to here. Come welcome her together. Okay. Must be your friend. Stretch.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Thanks, Urianger. Hi.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Arlean scholar and an authority on Aetheryte technologies.
Nice to meet you.
She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Arcean souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Thumbs up. Nice. Turn to the Rising Stones. Okay.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
Wait, what?
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Like twin sisters. Okay, not actually.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Oh, come on, Papa Limo.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Looks fancy.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
There's the scholar coming out.
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Big hug.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me.
Oh, she's got some strength.
I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Well, yeah, go on. I'm with Thancred on this one. Go on. Stare.
Artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing Aetherite?
Nope.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate a second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
Yeah, it looked that way.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
Cross his arms.
Dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal.
Eat it. Add something. Cross his arms. Not her jam. It's fine.
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success.
Oh, good.
And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. If if we rolled bad, at least I wouldn't suffer when I die.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
Thanks, Moonbreeder.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Let's roll the dice. Alright, I'm game. Only because I have main character powers. The instruments of our deliverance. For to Alpha Knot of our plan, he agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. Alright, go to Snowcloak. Want you to know that I appreciate everything you've done on our behalf, Syndrel, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. She's awesome, isn't she? Yeah, she is. I like Moonbreeder. Just the level of energy she has reminds me of how I was when excited about Let's Playing. Oh, close. There we go. There's me, Brita. Good to see you, Sindral. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Elibard sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Ellen Raleigh and Ulda even as we speak. Shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the ivy upon your return. Trust that, by which I mean to say that you will return. The others are waiting for us at the Aetherite. After you, Scion. And we have a better than 50-50 chance of this working, like you said. Better than even odds. So, I mean, I've had worse odds. There. It's ready. Here we go. Oh, looks to be working. Let's go. Ah, it worked. I think. Try tuning to the Aetherite now. Feel for the current to try to locate the beacon. Alright. We've done all we can, Sindral. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. That is... That's not going to happen, because of course they're going to have me fight Shiva. Pot 50-50 chance. Will work. RNG 50-50. Not a chance. I don't know. I have some pretty decent luck with 50-50 chances. When it comes to RNG. It's the 90-10 ones in RNG that get me. Darn it, Fire Emblem. Anyway, we cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Oh, absolutely they have. You have little choice but to face Shiva in battle, which is what you're going to do. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice. Bring your party of 8. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Membrida's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, for you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message from Sir Emmerich. Oh, Sir Emmerich, I have to say. Sir Emmerich regrets he cannot be here in person and asks that I read you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Sindral Dragonsoul, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halon bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Akafa Amphitheater. Okay, that's quite the name. Who wants to fight Shiva? Who wants to get hit with diamond dust with me? Maze, I do. Diamond Dust looks great. It better. It's Diamond Dust. I want it to be fancy. That one. There we go. Ah! Your favorite primal so far is still Odin? Man, that fight was intense.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my
Whoa.
flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
Oh, that's cool. And then she's gonna shatter from it like Shiva does when she's summoned in other Final Fantasy games. Oh, perfect. It's definitely Shiva. Hi. The music is fantastic too. Was that a shower of eye? That seems bad. Heavenly Strike, I know that one. Nope! I definitely don't want to be in that. Everything's hitting me, isn't it? That's a yes. Let's go ahead and lucid dreaming. Whoa. Immediately heal the other healer. absolute zero. Uh-oh. Deep freeze! And scatter them like dust in the wind. Diamond dust. Rock on. Oh, I already left before I could give out the commendation. Lame. Hey, I got 3 player commendations. Neat. That was super fancy. That was really cool. Diamond Dust looks great. 100% agree. That was really cool. Just everybody deep freeze so you can't move or do anything. And then Diamond Dust. Awesome. Oh.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander Mother's gift.
Yeah, she was repeating Heidelin's words there. Hear, feel, think.
And so the vessel withdraws. A predictable outcome.
You're predictable.
Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
How unfortunate that La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate. I really hope we get to... that we do what Shiva says, because I don't feel she's wrong. By the 12th, you're alive! I mean, of course you're alive! Why wouldn't you be? Oh man, it worked! I mean, of course it worked. Of course it worked. Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just, I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. It was awesome! Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough. I was only asking. Thanks, Burrito. I was just asking. Do you know of a lake around here? The road less traveled. Moonbrita remains unconvinced you have not sustained a head injury. You ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. For that, best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front and speak with Alphanon. Probably worried sick about you. That, or he's been playing politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? No reason, just asking. Not convinced that I don't have a head injury. See you again soon. I want to go do what Shiva said. Said, do not waste mother's gift. What a beautiful quest description. I'm telling you, the quest descriptions are on point. So much in this game. And I've done a few dailies just on my own time. You know, the ones where you basically do the ending of A Realm Reborn. Yeah, I've showed those off before. And hearing a few people talk, like, it's just going to get better. Like, A Realm Reborn was really fun, and this is good. You kind of go through this. But the story just gets even better from here on out with the expansions. That they really stepped up their game even more. Which, that just blows my mind. Because I've thoroughly enjoyed this as is. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration. And one for which we have Sindral to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there's the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillmont, is the caravan ready? Supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured, my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Fortip's caravan? Less the crystals which comprised the bulk of the shipment, yes, scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Oh, and on an unrelated note, Sindral, might I trouble you to accompany me to Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. Took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Wow. I figured being the lord, I figured he was kind of strong, but not. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray, do not think less of him. Whoa. That's a crazy quest description. Wait, if it's Dragonhead, I can just warp there. Like the fact that it took 6 nights to keep Harshamont down. What were you thinking, Sindral? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, which you did, knowing full well that she would have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Sindral, 'tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was, forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a variable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you're here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. I like this guy. He's really turned around. Shermerick wished to have words with you and Master Alphanod in private. Waits us at the intercessory. Is there a fate going on here? Show you at once. Because there was battle music.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I could say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
They would have been first.
The argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy.
I like that.
You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
Yeah, I bet.
At the very least,
This should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
That'd be nice.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard Zoma could return?
Considering what we just saw, yes.
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
I agree with that. Step back. Oh, that's that.
You know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knight?
That glare of step back.
One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is?
Let's see. Cunning, skill, working hard, devotion, dedication.
Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs.
I like that.
You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
It's true.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second in command will speak for me.
Okay.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies.
That's fair.
Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences.
That's all we hope for.
Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
That's true. Wise words.
Call one of our shipments. Pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone.
Okay.
Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you.
Okay.
Which reminds me, Lord Orshafon, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
They each sign. Okay.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply.
Right?
Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think
Good info.
nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
The road less traveled. Eyes unclouded. For one of the reason to celebrate, Alphinaud looks rather grim. Oh, not that. Oh, that's cool looking. I may take it just to, just for the look, just to glamour it. Discuss with friends of Rising Stones. If what you said is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reprisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine, then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon portals, but her primals, but her civilized people as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. They would instantly invade. Before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could very well be facing the combined might of all Garlemald. Let's not have that happen. Gloom.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogomog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed.
Yeah.
We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
Yep.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well.
Yep.
If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Connected somehow. Reason Royale. Book of Diamonds. The Scholar, I might take that. Also, I want to complete the Paladin set. Mean to scour the annuals for knowledge of Midgard-Zoma. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few... Do you hear that? Uh-oh. What happened? Riley has escaped? Shortly after, the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. Turkey was found slain along with 2 guards. Tis plain she received inside help. Since reports seeing Reale quitting the city via the Gate of Nod with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castra Meridianum, I am certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ildebard and the First are hot upon Reale's heels. Make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. Great! I have many questions about the decision to keep her in an Immortal Flames cell with Immortal Flames, who she has been a part of since the beginning. What? Not the best idea to me. Walked through the camp not a bell ago. She walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Rabon's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. Not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her. Of course they didn't. They don't know. It would be absolutely disastrous for morale and political reasons. Oh wait, this will be a different quest. It's Nashu. Although, why not? We'll take a slight detour. Double's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints lead to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it's still around? That is the Detective Hildebrand quest. The hammer. Hey, it's Gilgamesh. You know, since I'm heading this way anyway, why not? Goldsmith's not to be trifled with. Basilisk carcass, not you. Basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. Single blow to the head. Impressive. And the inspector himself. Handiwork is unmistakable. Corpse is quite warm. So he must be close. Basilisk's airmen were all slain with the hammer, as was that beast over yonder, unless I'm mistaken. Chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. That's impressive. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Also chick. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance! So I'm just gonna let this loop on stream for the next hour. See y'all later. Manderville men, doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Kothis to Thanaland, Manderville men. I cannot avert mine eyes. Yay, clap! Of course, assistant claps. And you even heard the chicken whose name I cannot remember, sadly. That it's the dance of House Mandeville, passed down from father to son. So it's like a... Wow, so the dance is passed down, okay? Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. In Kindu. In Kidu. Thank you. In Kaidu? Yeah. Good man, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead. Though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath to you the Mandeville. So I now have the Mandeville dance. Mandeville men. Time has come for you to do what only a Mandeville can. Because that's part of the song. Whereas siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Mandeville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen Chimera and dance like only a Mandeville can. I like Sirius Quest more. Let's go stop the traitor. We'll come back to that at some point. Yep, it's an emote. I just do it whenever. Yep. Back to the task at hand. The main task at hand. Okay. Quest. Syncing my level and everything, so we're going to be fighting. Yep. The Manderville defeated me. This wretch was with the Role. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own. God's damned harpy. With me, Scion. We almost have her. Oh, do I have a glamour on me? Now that I think about it. Oh, there's her spear. Though she used a halberd. Too late now, let's go! Fight me! You'll not take me so easily, you wanna bet? Ilbert of the Dull Blade. I didn't stun you, and that's lame. I must say. Quite lame that you did not get stunned. They said she was a skilled lancer. Correct. Enemy reinforcements! Look sharp, men! No quarter! Oh, evil hand. If only I cast it faster. I've more than earned my coin already. Oh no. They're starting to lose, so they're retreating. Starting to run out of HP. Oh, they're resisting the stun. That's annoying. Too bad Medica doesn't work on the NPCs, because that'd be really cool. But sadly, it does not. Yugiri, nice. Circle fetters those who wander within. Oh, Jonin! they have Ninja Rex, that's cool. Boy, they really came for you. Binder, and do it tight. Yes, sir. You're not getting away this time. Because that was a lot of Imperial forces to show up. Good work, men. Sheer and Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. I. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it your God's given right to rule over others. You are not of our plight, the injustice that we low-born Ishgardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive. Stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person ever to have suffered. In case you've forgotten, Rabon himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand we'd been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. Yeah, I'm fighting right now too. In many ways, with the channel and streaming, and I take it on the chin, but I just keep coming back for more. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You'll return to Ulda to face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. Yeah, you succeeded. You could have made change with the position you have now. And to squander it like she did. And May says, how are you different? You use the people who trusted in you like resources to be squandered. You've become the monster you hate. She did. That's the pity of it all. Because I'm standing here. Why not? Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis swell this sword business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raban chose his. We can only hope.
I've heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
What?
Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while.
Okay.
Nanamo un namo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
What are you gonna do, Adeleche? Let us cling together. Captain Elbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. Oh, one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Menphilia of all that has happened. I am aware the Antecedent held Riole in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Oh no, we definitely had a right person, if nothing else. But there's still more. I will not enter the Rising Stones. That is going to do it for today's stream, and then we'll continue on. tomorrow, is I have some errands to run. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun. Until tomorrow for more Final Fantasy 14, seeing where the story goes. I just am getting more and more into the story as time goes along, and I was already really into the story. Thoroughly enjoying all my time in FF14. Really, really enjoying it. I'm Syndrel. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.